Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you some paper butterfly embellishments. So I wasn't just going to bring you embellishments and not have something pretty to put them on. So I've sort of made a bit of a coordination and we have these really pretty butterflies. I'll try and bring it close enough so that it stays in focus. If you can see, that's probably a bit better. So yes, a really pretty little butterfly that's really simple to make, and obviously I had to go and use the coordinating paper from the beautiful Peony Garden Suite. Honestly, I know I've said it a few times, but this is, my daughter and I have a bit of a silly joke about things when the dog dreams and whoops in her sleep, if any of you dog owners know what I mean. It's the cutest thing ever, but we say that she's having big dreams. So when I see this sort of paper, this is dreams for me, because I just love this colour combination. This beautiful shimmer ribbon really does set it off, and I loved petal pink and grey granite. As soon as it came out, I just knew it was going to be my favourite, and then they put it in a whole suite. Oh my goodness. So yeah, this is dreams for me and I absolutely love it. So again, it is a very basic principle box. It's more the butterfly, but we have to make it all anyway. So I'll show you quickly how to make it. So for your base of your box, you need some cardstock that is 7 inches by 7 inches wide, which is 17.5 by 17.5 centimetres. And then we're going to score all the sides at 2 inches, which will be 5 centimetres. And like I said, this is just a basic box. You can change the sizes or do whatever else you need to do with it, but it is just beautiful. And then I'm just going to fold and burnish these score lines. And then I'm just going to cut into the 4 corners as we would with little tabs. Just chop those wedges out of the sides. Repeat on your 4 corners. And yeah, like I said, this peony is just delightful. I love it. The stamp is so pretty as well. There's just so much to love about it. So if you're really interested in this beautiful Peony Garden Suite, or the petal pink, or even the grey, then just hop over and have a look, because like I said, I just love it. It's so nice. Okay, so that's those cut out. Just drop those in the bin, and then I'm still waiting for my delivery of the new seal, which typically is going to come in a couple of days' time, but that's a touch too late for me and my videos, so I have to use my tear and tape still, but all good things, I guess. Just have to be patient. So I'm just gonna, I'm really hot as well. It's gone really hot and close and muggy this afternoon. And yeah, I've just had a good old cup of tea. An English cup of tea, you can't beat it. So yeah, so now I'm down to doing my filming, but it has gone really muggy, but it's gone a little bit overcast, so I suspect we're in for a good old thunderstorm, which I absolutely love. My dogs don't, but I do. So yeah, well, I kind of want there to be a thunderstorm because I love them, but I don't because my dogs don't. But yeah, so like I said, we're just making this up. It's just a basic box. So I'm just going to go around and take the backing off all of these. And I have a sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, I have hay fever. But I actually think mine is more for the tree pollen. So for some strange reason, when it gets all rainy and thundery, that's when mine seems to get worse, which is frustrating. And it always seems to happen when I'm doing a video too. So I do apologise that I'm back to sniffing again. So I'm just going to fold these corners up. Just line those up there. And the reason, if you are quite new to box making, the reason we take these little wedges off the sides here are so that we get a neat finish. So you're going to line the edge of your flat piece up with the crease of your bit you've done and line it up. Now, if I hadn't cut away that bit there, there's a chance it may have sat a little proud, so you don't get that flush finish across the top. And equally, the same at the bottom, it wouldn't have sat, so you would almost definitely have got that sort of bit popping over. So it's handy for a flush finish. So there's my box base. Bear with me 2 seconds while I just, because I know you don't want to hear me sniffing, there's nothing more annoying. So I do apologise for having to blow my nose, but it gets it done out of the way. And I'm just going to quickly, even though there's only me in here and only me touching my stuff, you can't be too careful. So right, now I'm all nose blown and sanitised, let's carry on. So that's your box base. To make your box lid, you will need a piece of cardstock that is 5 by 5, which will be 12.5 by 12.5 centimetres. And then you will need a piece of your cardstock to act as a shim. So I'm just going to tuck that in there, and we score all our sides at 1 inch, which will be 2.5 centimetres. But don't forget this shim, because it will make your lid fit onto your box properly. Okay, so I can actually move that completely out of the way. Quickly make up my box. And then I'm going to repeat that scenario with these 4 corners as well. And what I will just show you before I cut this one is wedges. I'll show you, if I fold this over, do you see? Can you see? There's a very small, and that is tucked right at the bottom. There's a very small lip, okay, that you can see that gets created. That's why we cut our wedges. Just makes it a bit neater, a bit tidier. Okay, so as I said, 4 corners, exactly the same. And then, oops, I'm actually going to use my snail for this one, because as I've said before, you can use snail on DSP. So I'm putting it on all 4 corners this time, straight away. Make my one side up, and then pop it on my box, make sure it's sitting snugly, pop those in and that piece down, and then I'm just going to slide it off and press those down. And then when you put this back on, she says, famous last words, it will fit snugly. There we go. It's only because it wasn't level one side. And there you have it. So you don't have any sort of gaping or anything like that. It just fits snugly. Okay, so let's whiz some ribbon around it. You notice how I've done alternates as well. So my previous box was grey on the base and pink on the top. This one is the opposite. And I'll try and do the same with my butterfly. I have to try and remember which way round to do it. Okay, so that's my little bow that actually has turned out quite marvellous. There we go. So I'm just going to trim, excuse me, I'm just going to trim those tails off there. There we go. Okay, now for my butterfly. So I have the same DSP, and as you can see, I've got the reverse of the paper for each one, so I still have this bit left over. So what you will need for this is a cocktail stick or something similar, your 2-inch circle punch, just one of, and 1.5-inch circle punch, one of. Keep hold of this for a moment because you will need it. Okay, so let me think. Pink, so grey. So I'm going to fold my largest circle in half, and I'm just sort of scoring it with my nails. If you don't have nails, you can use your score tool, and then into a quarter. Okay, so we now have it in 4 pieces, or 4 folded into quarters. And I'm going to do exactly the same with the smaller one. Now remember to do your, well, you don't have to do your paper the same way. If you want to do opposites, you can. Exactly the same thing here. So I'm folding it into quarters. Open them out to their half circles, and then put your smaller one on top and line that centre crease up. So if you fold it in half, the little one would be hidden inside. And then with a stapler, now sadly these are retired, I got this when I very first joined about 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago, so unfortunately it's retired, but any stapler will work. And you're just going to pop a staple into both of the circles, and then you're going to come back, open them out by gently pushing that fold at the bottom. Okay, so open them out and gently push that fold. So you're almost pushing that fold up to the centre point. Let's do exactly the same with the smaller ones. It is a little bit fiddly. And then the same again on the other side. Okay, so once you've had a fiddle with it, you can see your butterfly. So I did do it the wrong way around, but never mind. So to make the little tentacles, no, I don't know what the right word is, I'm sure somebody will tell me. I am literally cutting, you see how I have this thin strip here? That's what I'm actually going to use, okay? So I'm going to go as far as my trimmer will let me, up to there. You don't really need any particular length, it's entirely up to you with what you work with, but I just don't want to waste. So I've literally just cut that thin strip from there, and then going to fold it in half, and then using my toothpick, and this is the fiddly bit for me anyway, you're literally going to fold your stick, or your paper, sorry, over the stick, and then just as long as that first part gets tucked in, give it a roll and then pull it out. Can you see that? So I'll show you again. So the stick goes on the outside of your V, you fold that first piece over, and then you kind of have to roll it. Okay, so we've now got it rolled around the stick, and then I just pulled it out because I don't want a tight curl, and you're left with that. And I simply got a glue dot and I popped half of it. Can you see? Let me see if I can do it without the light. Half the glue dot into the paper, and then I folded it over. So in effect, my glue dot, stuck to my nail, is now sat over there. I'm hoping you can sort of see. And then all you need to do is pop it in between the larger pieces where your staple is. And obviously just make sure you get your angle correct. And then I just pinch the 2 larger ones together, and there you have those bits fitted. And then all you need to do is grab your glue dots You just need a couple. And what you'll need to do is work out where your butterfly touches the base, where it sits on the desk or on your board or wherever you're making it. And once you're happy with that, you can pop him on your box. Oh, excuse me, I am so sorry. Pop him on your box, and then if you want to add this little sentiment, mine just says sweet friend, from the peony box, if you look at this sentiment here, you can see if you take this ship off, you have sweet friend. So I want that is the stamp I need. I'm going to pop it onto a block, and then the bit of card that I used as a shim is going on there. And I'm actually going to use my Stampin' Right marker, and I'm literally just going to colour in the word sweet, give it a good colour, and then the word friend, which you kind of have to do back to front. Give it a good cover in ink. And then on my pink card here, I stamp it on, so I just have the word sweet friend. And then just grab my trimmer, and obviously it's not very straight, but that's not a problem because there's a fly in here, because I'm just going to trim that down to make life easier, and then I'm going to line this up to cut the top straight, and then obviously the rest we can just work our way round and just get that last little bit done. And there we have just a sweet friend sentiment. And then, oh, I put my trimmer on my snail. That wasn't clever. And then this is just going to be stuck on, and I'm just going to tuck it underneath the butterfly. And there you have it. It's a bit bigger actually. I could have done with trimming that a bit more, but never mind. But there we have butterfly embellishments on beautiful boxes. Hope you like them, and I hope to see you all again soon. Have a good day. Bye.